9 contestants you see preparing for tonight's show have all been here before. In each case, they were the winner on the weakest link. Tonight, they have the chance to prove their previous win was not luck. As before, only one will win. The rest will go home with nothing, as they are voted off as the weakest link.
Welcome to The Weakest Link. The 9 people in the studio have already appeared on the show, and all of them as winners, so none of them have experienced the walk of shame. They return tonight for another chance to win up to $100,000. They all know they must work together as a team, and they also know that only one of them will take home the money. However, 7 of them will take the walk of shame, as round by round we lose the player voted as the weakest link. Let's meet the team.
I'm Adam from Blackrock and I won $41,800.
I'm Rachel from Forest Lake. I won $42,800.
I'm Jacob from Carlton. I won $56,300.
I'm Simon from Melbourne and I won $30,700.
I'm Catherine from Happy Valley and I won $38,700.
I'm Mark from Eastern Kilda and I won $38,800.
I'm Julie from Marrickville and I won $18,100.
I'm Warwick from Cooperoo and I won $37,000.
I'm Matt from Doncaster East and I won $14,800.
The rules are as follows. $10,000 can be won in each round. With each correct answer in a chain, the value of each question increases. If you answer incorrectly or pass, the total returns to 0. As the total builds, if you say bank, that money is safe and the chain starts again at 0. The quickest way to reach that $10,000 target is by correctly answering 9 questions in a row. Passing or answering incorrectly can cost you dearly. It will be up to the team to remove anyone who does so. In round 1, you have 2 minutes 30 seconds. We'll start with whoever's name is first alphabetically, and that is you, Adam. Let's play The Weakest Link. Start the clock. Adam, how many blades are there in 6 pairs of scissors?
12.
Correct. Rachel, what species of creature is the northern barramundi?
Fish.
Correct. Jacob, which compass point is referred to by the letters NW?
Northwest.
Correct. Simon, what punctuation mark indicates that a letter is missing from a word?
An apostrophe.
Correct. Catherine, if the planets are listed in descending order of size, which comes first?
Pass.
Jupiter. Mark, name the character John Cleese played in Fawlty Towers.
Basil Fawlty?
Correct. Julie, the letters C of E literally stand for which Christian denomination?
Church of England?
Correct. Warwick, which British woman writer created the fictional detective Miss Jane Marple?
Agatha Christie?
Correct. Matt, to do something by any means available is to do it by hook or by what?
Rook.
Correct. Adam, which N is the Italian city overlooked by the volcano Vesuvius?
Naples.
Correct. Rachel,
Bank.
which 4-letter adjective is used for the man who attends the bridegroom?
Best man.
Correct. Jacob, until his death in 1999, Hussein was king of which country of the Middle East?
Jordan.
Correct. Simon, a game in which small counters are made to spring into a cup is called tiddly what?
Winks.
Correct. Catherine, which word for a skin eruption is also the name of containers for housing bees?
Hive.
Correct. Mark, one of Lloyd Webber's major successes was the 1970 rock opera Jesus Christ what?
Superstar.
Correct. Julie,
Bank.
which large 4-letter flower is also the name of the coloured part of the eye?
Iris.
Correct. Warwick, which huge internet site is named after the longest river in South America?
Amazon?
Correct. Matt, which number heaven signifies extreme happiness?
7th.
Correct. Adam, in which ocean did the Titanic strike an iceberg and sink?
The Atlantic.
Correct. Rachel, an afternoon performance at a theatre is called what French word beginning with M?
A matinee.
Correct. Jacob.
Bank.
What objects are displayed on a pirate flag crossed beneath a skull?
Bones.
Correct. Simon.
Bank.
A portable wind instrument with bellows and button-like keys, and time is up. And I cannot complete that question. $9,200 and 16 correct answers in a row. Not quite what I expected from you, strongest links. You do know there's $10,000 available. Oh, well, you've just lost 10 seconds off the next round, and it's time to vote off the weakest link.
Statistically, Catherine has the dubious honour of being the weakest link amongst these former winners. Rachel was the strongest link, with all answers correct and banking $3,000 for the team. After the votes are tallied, who will take their first walk of shame?
OK, team, voting's over, pens down. Time now to reveal the weakest link.
Catherine.
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 Simon.
Catherine.
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 I've given you all a second chance at winning. Obviously, the feeling's not mutual amongst you. There are no second chances here tonight. Rachel, why Catherine?
Well, I'm sorry to cut your, trip back short, but it was the wrong question and we lost money, and they're both the reasons why.
Jacob, Catherine may be the first to walk, but she won't be the last. Why her?
Well, as you said, there are no second chances. There was one mistake made, and unfortunately, Catherine has to bear the cost.
Simon, got your comfortable shoes on?
I certainly do.
You might be the next.
I might be.
Why Catherine?
I was expecting a better class of opponent tonight, but I was obviously wrong.
Catherine, looks like you'll have to be content with the $38,700 you won last time. With 8 votes, it's back to Happy Valley for you. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Being voted off first was the one thing I was dreading. I was just unlucky enough to get the one bone ugly question that they throw in every round. With all these strong players, there's not going to be the need for strategy. One mistake and you're gone.
Vision concept.
Welcome back to the weakest link, featuring our strongest links. Round 2 now, and a chance to add to your bank of $9,200. There are 10 seconds taken off the clock, and you now have one less player. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round, and that was you, Rachel. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Rachel, which colour part of an egg is used when making a pavlova?
The white?
Correct. Jacob, what species of creature is the venomous black mamba?
It's a snake.
Correct. Simon, when you get out of a difficulty successfully, you fall on which part of your body?
Your feet.
Correct. Mark, which fruit name beginning with P is sometimes added to the word avocado?
Pear.
Correct. Julie, which suit of playing cards has more than one syllable?
Diamond.
Correct. Warwick, Lebanon has a coastline on which sea beginning with M?
Mediterranean.
Correct. Matt,
Bank.
by which high-ranking title was the jazz musician Ellington known?
Duke.
Correct. Adam, in geometry, how many sides has a trapezium?
4.
Correct. Rachel, to connoisseurs of Arab cooking, the hump, feet and stomach of which animal are the best parts?
The camel?
Correct. Jacob, what word for a male sheep is also a computer acronym?
Ram.
Correct. Simon,
Bank.
an additional difficulty that makes things unbearable is said to be what last dry stalk?
Straw.
Correct. Mark, a vehicle that carries equipment for fighting large fires is a fire what?
Engine.
Beginning with E. Correct. Julie, lightning is what is visible. What is the name of its sound?
Thunder.
Correct. Warwick, what is the name of the defensive body equipment worn by knights on horseback?
Armour.
Correct. Matt, which U is the metal that in depleted form has been used in military ammunition?
Uranium.
Correct. Adam,
Bank.
who was the criminal condemned to death but released instead of Jesus?
Peter.
Barabbas. Rachel. Former home of the dodo, Mauritius is an island country in which ocean?
Indian.
Correct. Jacob. Which device for catching mice is the title of a very long-running play?
Mousetrap.
Correct. Simon.
Bank.
You have reached your target. I will ask no further questions. Well, that was the hard way to reach your $10,000 target. See if you can do it better next round. There is one thing that hasn't changed. One of you's about to leave with nothing. Time now to vote off the weakest link.
In a round that saw the team reach their target, Jacob emerged as the strongest link. Statistically, Adam is the weakest link, with only one correct answer. Will the team put aside his poor performance when they vote?
End of voting, pens down. Time now to reveal the weakest link.
Julie.
Adam.
Warwick.
Warwick.
Adam.
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 There's a lot of intent so early in the game. Intent to win big money and remove your opponents. Mark, why Adam?
Well, he got a question wrong, and I thought he hesitated a bit too much about some of his answers as well.
Julie, you bought a table with your winnings last time. You hoping to win enough for the chairs to match? Why Adam?
He was the only choice.
Matt, why Adam?
Biblical name. Should have got the biblical answer right.
Adam, you contributed to a round that achieved the $10,000 target. However, it wasn't enough to save you. Last time, your winnings went towards a European holiday. Tonight, the only trip you're going to take is down the walk of shame. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
It was certainly one strike and you're out for me tonight. I think there is a plan to get rid of Warwick from the side of the room that I was on. Who gets their answers right and wrong is going to make a big difference as well. If that doesn't go in Warwick's favour, he'll be out of there real soon.
You are watching The Weakest Link. All our contestants tonight were winners in previous shows. That, of course, means that last time they appeared, they didn't take the walk of shame. Tonight, that will change for most of you. Round 3, and the bank balance stands at $19,200. Once again, you have the chance to increase that by $10,000. You will now be playing with a further 10 seconds off the clock, and as the strongest link from the last round, we will start with you, Jacob. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Jacob. At a disco, the abbreviation DJ stands for disc what?
Jockey.
Correct. Simon. Someone with steady nerves is said to be as cool as which long green vegetable?
A cucumber.
Correct. Mark. A 9 Oscar movie was Anthony Minghella's The English What, beginning with P?
Patient.
Correct. Julie. What do saline soils literally contain in large amounts?
Salt.
Correct. Warwick. Geoffrey Chaucer wrote a collection of narrative poems called The Canterbury what?
Tales.
Correct. Matt.
Bank.
What B is the study of the motion of projectiles such as bullets and rockets?
Ballistics.
Correct. Rachel. Major areas of which country in northwest Europe have been reclaimed from the sea?
Norway.
Holland. Jacob. Which award-winning TV comedy series shows the lives of 3 couples in Manchester, England?
Pass.
Cold Feet. Simon. In which Asian country did the art of growing miniature trees originate?
Japan.
China. Mark. Which hot fruit beginning with C is an essential ingredient of Tabasco sauce?
Chilies.
Correct. Julie. If a process begins again, it is said to return to a square with which number?
1.
Correct. Warwick. Which 2 letters indicate an additional paragraph at the end of a letter after the signature?
Yes.
Correct. Matt. If the face cards of a standard pack are listed alphabetically, which one comes last?
Queen.
Correct. Rachel. Luxor and Karnak were centres of which ancient North African civilization?
Egyptian.
Correct. Jacob.
Bank.
Which dance is performed by a line of people, came from Cuba and begins with C?
Conga.
Correct. Simon.
Bank.
Which chess piece has the name of a high-ranking church dignitary?
Bishop.
Correct. And time is up. Based on tonight's performance so far, that was incredibly poor. $6,200. Did I detect panic in the middle of that round? With 3 different people giving incorrect answers, it won't be as easy for you to choose your scapegoat, will it? However, a head must roll. It's time now to vote off the weakest link.
The strongest link is Matt, with all answers correct and banking $3,000. Rachel is the weakest link, with only 1 correct answer. Will the votes reflect her performance after they are tallied?
End of voting, team. Pens down. Time to reveal your choice of the weakest link.
Warwick.
Rachel.
Rachel.
Warwick.
Jacob.
Jacob.
Rachel.
There are 7 of you left. Magnificent? I think not. Jacob, with 1 question wrong, it could have been you taking the walk. Why should Rachel take the blame?
I think Rachel's question was more simple than mine, and one has to choose, and one can't vote against oneself.
Simon, small trees confuse small minds.
They certainly do.
Well, you were lucky not to get voted off yourself. Why Rachel?
The force is not strong with her tonight.
Little voices coming back into your brain, are they, Simon?
They're frightening.
Rachel, last time you won, you shared your $42,800 winnings with your family. I hope they weren't expecting too much this evening. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Well, I've experienced the high of the win. I've now experienced the low of the walk of shame. I much prefer the win. I really hope that Warwick gets voted off next. He deserves to be here and not me.
You've reached round 4 and you have $25,400 in your bank. As you know, your target of $10,000 is quite achievable. You've already done it once tonight, but your performance seems to be going backwards at the moment. I wonder if you can turn the tide this time. There are 6 of you left. I've taken another 10 seconds off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round, and that was you, Matt. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Matt, if you bribe someone, you grease which part of their hand?
Your palm.
Correct. Jacob, which street beginning with O is one of London's principal shopping centres?
Oxford.
Correct. Simon, a machine that makes photographic reproductions of printed material is a photo what?
Copier.
Correct. Mark, the person in charge of a harbour is known as the harbour what beginning with M?
Master.
Correct. Julie, in which tiny country is Prince Rainier III the head of state?
Monaco.
Correct. Warwick,
Bank.
of which country is the volcano called Popocatépetl?
Mexico.
Correct. Matt, Cootamundra Wattle is a song written by John who?
Williamson.
Correct. Jacob, which A is the name of the electric current that periodically reverses direction?
Alternating.
Correct. Simon, in which of the arts is madrigal a term?
Music.
Correct. Mark, what is the name of an election held to replace just one MP who has resigned or died?
A by-election?
Correct. Julie,
Bank.
which word beginning with P is used by some North American Indians to mean a baby or a very young child?
Papoose.
Correct. Warwick, which word for a kind of soup is an anagram of the word throb?
Broth.
Correct. Matt, what name beginning with P is often given to the small fish that accompany sharks?
Parasite.
Pilot. Jacob, how many different letters are used to make the 9-letter name Tennessee?
Again, please.
How many different letters are used to make the 9-letter name Tennessee?
4.
Correct. Simon, Excommunicated members of which religion are called outcasts?
Catholicism.
Hinduism. Mark, which term consisting of two four-letter words means "and time is up"? And I cannot complete that question. The reason you are here is because you were the strongest links the last time you played. I assume that meant you were intelligent. Well, that may be so, but you can't even follow simple instructions. I said 9 correct answers in a row will give you $10,000. You answered 12 in a row for $6,000. So what's it going to be this time? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
The statistics show that Jacob is the strongest link this round. He answered all his questions correctly. Matt is the weakest link, despite being the strongest link in the previous round. Will his earlier performance be enough to save his position on the team?
Okay, team, pens down. Time now to reveal the weakest link.
Warwick.
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 Simon.
Mark.
Simon.
Jacob, Warwick had no incorrect answers, unlike other members of the team. Why vote him off?
He's too good, and I'm worried.
Mark, why Warwick? Is this a personal thing?
No, it's just you hesitated a bit that much, and I think you take your opportunities when you can get them.
Simon, getting your question wrong could have seen you the outcast. Why are you voting Warwick off?
When push comes to shove, it's better to push than be shoved.
Warwick, I understand you'd hoped to buy a boat with your winnings. Well, the team have sunk that idea. Roll up your pants and paddle down the walk of shame. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I could see this coming in the previous round. Jacob and Simon had voted for me before. Mark had voted for me previously, so I felt I was gone. I don't think Mark should win. His questions have been exceptionally easy. He's been carried along as a sandwich by Jacob and Simon, and come lunchtime, he's gone.